Welcome to another edition of Brett the Stock Picker on the go, where I can think more clearly without 4 kids in my face. So I wanted to talk about SOUN stock after earnings. I've gotten a lot of comments about this one, wondering what I think of it now. So number one, they did beat revenue and they beat earnings per share on an adjusted basis, and they raised guidance, which is normally a recipe for a stock price going up, but we know SOUN stock price ran up over 20% going into earnings. And remember, I told you when a stock runs up heavy going into earnings, that's not the time to be playing it, because a lot of times it's a sell the news event at that point. I prefer to play the ones that are down going into earnings or not up much, that have been beaten up, for a while. And then you can get that giant pop, and sell the rip. But anyways, with SOUN, so the issue for me, guys, is the revenue beat. Even though they did beat, we're talking it's 13.5 million in revenue. Okay, whereas the analysts were expecting 13.808 million. So obviously that's nice to see the beat, but this is just small revenue here, guys, for the valuation that they have. And that's why I cannot justify at these prices and this valuation buying the stock. Now, I want to tell you, I do own shares of SOUN in my retirement account. I bought it at $1.70. Remember, that's when I recommended it, when it was way lower, okay, at a better valuation, even though it was still kind of expensive then. And so I'm not going to be touching any more shares unless it comes under $3 a share. Then maybe I'll look at it then, okay? And although they are, doing acquisitions, growing for their future, I like to see that. Their GAAP profitability, guys, is the problem. They just lose more money. And I understand if you're holding this long, maybe one day, these acquisitions will, turn into growth, right? And it'll justify the valuation. So if you're holding super long, maybe it does become a good play, okay? And I know a lot of people like it because NVIDIA invested in them. Remember, it was a very small amount that NVIDIA invested in this company, okay? But anyways, I would wait for the price to come down personally. We saw that, right? They had a good report. The stock sold off a little bit. Again, if you're going to hold super long, nothing wrong with having a small position. I just think the stock price could be better with where the valuation is now. For me, I need to see management talk about progress towards GAAP profitability and also see a big revenue beat. We're talking way higher than what they're reporting now for me to want to get in this stock.